And thank you, Madam Secretary, for staying a few extra minutes. It puzzles me why we're going to have so much faith in the airline industry when in the last 2 years they have proven repeatedly that they don't know how to manage large computerized systems. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had shutdown after shutdown after shutdown across this country. But that's a different argument, different debate.
I think that's a point that's worthwhile emphasizing in terms of refuting. The airlines are not in charge of this new air traffic control system.
But they're going to hire people to do it, and they've hired people who've
not at
done
all.
So they're
No,
just
it's
miraculously
FAA.
going to appear? Who runs this board?
It will be 13 people.
The airlines.
It will be a candidate list provided by 5 initial nominating groups, the major airlines, the major unions, airlines,
Look,
unions,
Madam Secretary,
general
that's fine.
aviation groups.
We all know it's the
airport
airlines that are going to run it.
It's not controlled by the
And I'm going to file
airlines.
one later on today.
If I may
Let me ask you a question.
There's one thing that I can
Let me
emerge
ask
from
you a
this
question.
hearing. They do not control the air traffic control system. They will not.
You do realize that virtually nobody here believes that, but that's okay.
I think critics of this proposal are using them as a proxy.
Well, thank you.
And scaring people.
Well, I don't think it's scary. I fly on the airlines every day, every week. I'm going again today. I'm not afraid of them, but they haven't proven to me that they can run large computerized systems.
They're not running the system.
Well, that's great. So somehow, miraculously, it's going to be run by somebody we don't know. That's even
By those who are
assuring.
currently running it now, the FAA.
Well, that's part of the problem with this legislation, isn't it? We don't know who's going to do it. Let me ask you a question. If I took your house and gave it away to one of the airlines, that wouldn't be fair, would it?
Airlines again.
Yeah.
I told you they're
or
not
anybody.
involved.
If I gave it away to any private corporation, would it be fair?
I've also said that the capitalization of this proposal and the asset base is yet to be resolved, and I look forward to working with the committee
It's
on
not
that.
yet to be resolved. We have legislation and we have a presidential commentary on it. It is what's proposed in front of us. So this legislation is not done yet.
No, it's not. It's up to you to accept it.
Well, I know. That's what I'm doing today. I'm discussing
Yes.
the legislation that's in front of me that
I
says
appreciate the
give
discussion.
away billions of dollars of taxpayer-paid entities. And I don't see the difference in giving it away to a private entity or a nonprofit. You
If the
give away
Congress does not
somebody's
agree,
property, it's still taking their property away.
we will look forward to working with you. If you disagree with that, please.
Oh, don't worry. I
interject.
do disagree with it, and I've disagreed with it before, and I will continue to disagree with it tomorrow. Let me ask you another question. You talk repeatedly about putting airplanes closer and closer together, which I understand. I expect that. I would like to invite you this summer, anytime you want. You pick the day to come to my house. Come to my home. We'll have a barbecue in the backyard. We'll have a nice little fire, and I'll bring out the wine and whatever you want to eat. And we'll sit there a mile and a half under the flight path of runway 33. And you will find out that when a plane goes over, which I don't mind, I've lived there a long time, we've had planes going over there all the time, but there is a big, big difference between a plane going over your house every few minutes versus every few seconds. And it has become an accepted problem across the country. And I'm working with the FAA now, as we speak, to study how to deal with that. And they've been very good. And according, again, now maybe we can change this too, but the president's legislation says the FAA won't have the ability to do that. The FAA will only have the ability to do it if they go outside the noise lines. They're not outside the noise lines. They're within the 65 decibels, except it's not 65 decibels every few minutes, it's now 65 decibels every few seconds. And if you want to take me up on that, since my time is up, just let me know. We'll arrange it anytime you want.
I'm sorry
the
planes are flying over your house, and if you feel differently about the noise, about the issues that you've discussed, we look forward to talking about it with you.
And the good news is the FAA will still be involved in when it comes to noise.